Hello everybody and welcome to the Axie Infinity Season 1 Meta Report, hosted by myself, Z. This was the first official ladder, and a variety of moves and strategies were used throughout this season. However, a select number of moves and strategies proved to be successful. So without further ado, let's get into it. Early on in the season, we saw Yam become very popular. Yam applies a poison each time the card is used to attack or defend. It was primarily used on front tank Axies to punish hyper-aggressive teams. However, as the season progressed, we saw the Yam move elevate itself to maintain its reputation as a Tier 1 defensive move. Its defensive capability, along with its poison effect, causes enemy teams to tactfully push through or completely play around this move. If unsuccessful, enemy teams are punished by a strong poison effect that stacks up over time and dwindles down any opposing Axie's HP. As players confirmed this move's power, we saw this move more and more. Eventually, players even adjusted their teams to have each Axie use this ability due to its defensive power. Next up is another strong defensive move. It is none other than Snail Shell. Snail Shell was thought to be a strong move and its power was confirmed. Snail Shell stuns the attacker if its own shield breaks. This move in itself can thwart off strong combos and attacks while providing good amounts of shield on your front tank Axie. Its power was further confirmed as the season progressed. This strong defensive move protected and continues to protect Axies from some of the strongest attack chains and combos in the game. As players started learning to navigate their way around these strong tank Axies, Eggshell became very popular. Eggshell does 150 damage, provides 50 shield, and applies an aroma on the Axie until next round. The aroma effect forces opposing Axies to attack the Axie with aroma. Primarily used on faster speed Axies, its combination of offensive power, the very beneficial amount of shield it provides, along with its aroma effect, forces opposing players to really understand the game mechanics or be punished. I can't tell you how many games I thought I had the opposing tank dead with a combination of moves, only to be met by the pesky but powerful Eggshell move. We saw this move adopted and fully utilized first by some of the most skilled players in the game, but this has slowly trickled down the ladder, and the Eggshell ability has truly made a name for itself due to its ability to be so diverse. Alright, next up is the infamous Imp Ronin combo, also known as the Rimp combo. The saying goes, when life hands you lemons, you queue up 2 Ronins and Imp and make you some Axie juice. This combo utilizes Ronin and Imp to do massive amounts of damage while also gaining back energy. Ronin is a guaranteed critical strike when comboed with at least 2 other cards, and Imp gains you 1 energy per critical strike dealt by your team that round. There's just something to be said about the sheer power of this combo. Its power was not unknown, however, it was to some people surprise that this combo retained itself as an arena staple going throughout the whole season. On top of that, this combo continued to grow in its adoption, and we saw it used by a plethora of players. This user-friendly move provided high damage, massive energy gains, and its ability to snowball allowed players to consistently win games against teams that had no answer to the powerful combo. As players started utilizing and experimenting with more and more combos, Series emerged itself as the primary mouth move utilized by tank Axies. This move steals 1 energy from your opponent's energy pool. This move by itself allows players to get ahead or to slow the game down. Series also provides a significant amount of shield to tank Axies, making it one of the most diverse defensive moves in the game. However, as players realized the power of energy steal, Series moved from being just a move used on the front tank Axie to being used on all Axies. This strategy completely shut down heavy combo teams and forced opponents to use moves when they might not have otherwise wanted to. Series has emerged itself to be a very serious threat to almost any Axie team and will be at the very forefront of how teams are built going into next season. Next up is the very lethal move known as Cactus. Hitting opposing Axies like an angry bull, this move trucked over the competition going late into the season. Cactus does 130 damage, provides 20 shield, and it deals 130% damage if the Axie attacks last. The sheer power of this move was actually a surprise to many, but what makes this move so powerful is its damage multiplier. The damage was brutal against opposing Aqua and Bird Axies, but it was also strong against opposing plant tanks. Another reason this move was seen to be so powerful was that it is quite easy to fulfill its speed requirement when put on plant tanks. This allows this strong move to be very user-friendly, meaning it's pretty easy to use this move. Smack this on a low-speed Axie and voila, you are wrecking face. I expect to see more of this move going forward, as it is very user-friendly and it is devastating in its power. Mid to late season, we saw the very controversial combo known as the Bumpy Jar combo. This combo utilizes Bumpy and Snake Jar to make an infinite and an unbreakable chain where 20 shield is constantly being created each turn, and attacks that break the shield do no damage. Bumpy by itself does 80 damage, provides 20 shield, and recovers 20 shield per turn. Combine that with Snake Jar, which does 10 damage, provides 30 shield, and attacks that break the shield cannot do additional damage. So what this does is it creates an infinite loop where 20 shield is being created and any attacks that go into the shield will be negated. Not only is the combo itself ridiculously powerful, but it only takes 1 energy and 2 cards to activate. Put this combo on your back Axie, and theoretically, this allows you to use this combo each and every single round when being the last Axie standing on your team. This combo was very frustrating to play against, and much of the community looked at the developers to step in and change the way this moveset worked. What was interesting is that later in the season, we saw players slightly adapt as abilities such as Poison, Stun, Sleep, Backdoor, and Negate effects were used to stop this combo. However, the combo remains to be very powerful and very controversial. The future of this combo is unknown, but going forward, this combo will be used as the prime example of what to expect from the Axie developers on how strictly they will balance their game going forward. Last but not least in our Axie Infinity Season 1 meta report is Backdoor Effects. Some of the main backdoor effects we saw were Little Owl, which targets the fastest enemy, Toothless Bite, which targets the furthest enemy, Gerbil, which skips the closest target if there are 2 or more enemies remaining, and Winghorn, which also skips the closest target if there are 2 or more enemies remaining, were considered to be extremely weak going into the season. Backdoor effects made a resurgence late in the season as one of the strongest tactics used. This was widely due to players adapting to high damage beast teams, such as the Rimp combo, being able to get past strong tanks, while also giving them the ability to take down any opposing player utilizing the Bumpy Jar combo. At the tail end of the season, we saw a lot of backdoor battles and mind games, which often ended in whoever could use their chain of backdoor effects first. I expect players to try and adapt to this tactic, or to min-max their backdoor Axies, meaning breeding backdoor Axies that have tier 1 DPS moves and a high speed rating. Alright, well that's it for this season's meta report. I'm very interested to see what will change next season and what moves might come out on top. Well, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys again on the Season 2 meta report. Farewell.